Ouch, man. That was the slap that was heard around the world. And by now, you guys probably know that I'm talking about the incident that took place at the Oscars on Sunday when Will Smith went to the stage after Chris Rock made an inappropriate joke concerning his wife and then slapped him on the stage. Wow, man. The whole world is talking about this. There's angles that are coming from every side. I'm going to talk about it here on the Erskin Community Show. Don't normally do reaction shows, but I guess I'll start doing more of those because if you're talking about it, I'm talking about it. But I'm going to just go ahead and let you guys know. Like Mama used to say, 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's the Erskin Music Show. Okay, all right. Well, we are where we are in our society and in our culture, and everybody's got something to say about it. Drop your comments in the comment section. The comment section will be turned on, even though I'm kind of like a robot. I'm not here. I'm going to be driving. I'm doing an East Coast tour, but I want to put some content up for you guys so that you guys can plug into the show. I've got one of my good friends, Chester Goat, who's going to be showing up in the comment section. He is a comedian, and he's going to give us a couple of comments in the comment section, just some helpful things. Check, and also he's going to put his links out there so that you guys can see his comedy. But there are some unwritten rules about comedy, or are there no rules related to comedy, or should there be some rules related to comedy? How far can you go? What all can you say? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me do this before I get too far into the show. If you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live, keep that energy, baby. If you're watching us on Twitter, then just watch us. Subscribe to the channel and enable the notifications so that you don't miss a single episode. All right, here we go. Let's talk about this for just a second. Like Mama used to say, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But when I was first exposed to this, I was up and I was looking at some other things, okay, where's some content for today? And Stephen A. Smith came through with a tweet that made it on my Twitter and basically said, am I really believing what it is I just saw? Will Smith went up and hit Chris Rock. I'm thinking, maybe seeing enough people commenting on this that maybe something is going on. And initially, when I went back and replayed what had happened there, obviously the networks did an adequate job because I heard the uncensored version of what would happen. But they did an adequate job of censoring the exchange that took place afterward, where Will Smith is yelling up at stage and Chris Rock is responding, and it's super dicey. And I'm sure that made a lot of people really uncomfortable that were around them. Sort of scattered laughter throughout the room, mixed with fear, trepidation. Oh my goodness, what are we watching? And so there was all of those things that were going on there. But I'll just be honest with you guys. My very first response to this was to say, this was fake. This was the Oscars, which nobody watches the Oscars, trying to figure out how to get themselves ratings, and they did it at the expense of Chris Rock and Will Smith, who are willing to play into this. And as far as I know, unless somebody comes out with some kind of expose, that couldn't be farther from the truth. But it just shows how jaded we've become as a culture when we believe that people would actually manufacture things on screen to elicit a response for their popularity. Never such things have been done in our culture. But nonetheless, I am the skeptic. I am the critic who was out there initially thinking for the first few hours, surely this was made up. Surely there's going to be some kind of follow-up video to this, and there's going to be somebody that comes out and says, we just did this so that we could boost our ratings, or we just did this, and we kind of practiced it, and it didn't manifest itself at that time. Doesn't seem to be the case. So we're going to go ahead and watch it. We're going to react to it here. And this is the short version of it. And I'm pretty sure this is I'm pretty sure this is the copacetic version because this is a Christian music show. So, okay. I think they got it. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure they got it. Yeah, they got it.
I think we're unique because now, as you can see, we are in a studio atmosphere. We're not in a remote atmosphere anymore. But then,
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Okay, at this point, everybody's laughing. If you guys have never seen the movie G.I. Jane, I think that had Demi Moore in it, and she had shaved her head, and she's the officer that's kind of, figure that keeps up with all the men, and she's kind of the heroine of the movie, and that's got its own history and its own series of things there. But at this point, stop the tape. At this point, everyone's laughing that's going to be laughing at this. Some people just didn't think it was funny. Some people probably didn't hear it. Some people are probably on their Twitter just kind of hanging out. Some people are probably unconcerned about this because, after all, it is the Oscars. So freeze frame. We're looking at Will Smith. He's laughing. There's several other people that are laughing. Jada, she not laughing. She not laughing. And then let me see if I can stop it on her expression. Oh, the death ray. Oh, the death. That was the death stare that she just gave Chris Rock. So she's right there. That look, she is slapping Chris Rock as hard as she possibly can with her eyes at this point. Now, freeze frame, stop the tape. She's got the look on her face. He is still laughing. It's awkward laughter.
I'm out here.
So after that, it kind of got a little awkward there, and I think they kind of cut that section there.
Uh-oh, Richard.
Uh-oh. Okay, so something. Oh, I don't know if Jada said something to Will, or if Will just kind of, all he had to do was just glance over her face and recognize that she had the death stare up on there, and now he's coming. Now, you can see in the background, the cameraman is still rolling the camera. And so there's that action that is going on there in front of a live audience. And look at Chris Rock. Like I'm sure he's incredulous at this point. There's no way he's going to come up here and say something to me or do something to me. No way. He's standing there as poised and as professional as he possibly can be, even though that wasn't a professional and poised joke that he just made. Okay, Chris Rock, you're a little man. And Will Smith is, we all saw I Am Legend. He's kind of buffed up. He's the dude. He's walking towards you, and I'm pretty sure, although we can't see the expression that's on his face, that he's got a pretty aggressive stance and a pretty aggressive demeanor about himself, his countenance. And so you're reading the room. He's already said the uh-oh. And man, wasn't that ever a very impactful uh-oh that he just said, uh-oh. I'm not going to rewind and say, uh-oh. Like Will Smith is coming up here on the stage. Will Smith is getting closer. He looks really mad. And he's standing there with his hands behind his back. I don't know that I would have been standing there like that. But let's watch what happens. Okay. So.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith.
Okay, I think he says a bad word right there. So I'm going to try to keep this PG for all the kids that watch this show. Thanks, kids, for watching the show. So, yeah. Let me get off of that. Let me get off of that real quick. You guys have all seen the video. If you hadn't seen the video by now, you can check it out. You can find information about it. But here's the first question I want to ask. Chris, are you okay? Like, have we heard anything on his Twitter? I've been looking at his Twitter account. Is like, can we make an official announcement? Somebody find me an official announcement from Chris Rock and his team saying that his face is okay, because he got pounded, assaulted, abused up there on the stage for what was an inappropriate joke. And Chester, maybe he'll come on and talk about the bounds and the limits and code of ethics. If there is such a thing for comedians, there certainly has to be a point of discernment in which even a comedian knows there's some things that you just don't talk about. What are those things? And so look at the reaction section related to that. Second thing is, like I was talking about, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Now, that's not in the Bible. I'm not going to say that's biblical wisdom that I'm just unpacking for you guys here today. But nonetheless, let's think about it from this vantage point. Chris Rock makes a very inappropriate joke. Jada is struggling with a medical issue right now. It's caused her to lose her hair. And so she's in a stressful situation related to her own health. And so that was a deeply personal and very rude, just inappropriate comment that Chris Rock made. However, Let us not play the part of hypocrites. We've all laughed at comedians who take some just slightly inappropriate thing and then magnify that and let us see that thing as being kind of funny. It's kind of a weird thing. It's kind of something that we look at and we would say,
that's weird.
And so Chris Rock does that. Your reaction to that? Inappropriate? I think most people would say that it was. But then Will Smith's actions, inappropriate, inappropriate, and inappropriate. Inappropriate in the sense that he got up on the stage. All right, that wasn't his lane. Unless they're calling you up for the award that you got a little bit late, you're not supposed to go up there. Secondly, slapping the man down like he did. And there's a lot of comments that are out there. I was looking at, I think, KB's Twitter, and he was talking about it. Imagine if that was The Rock instead of Chris Rock. There would have been a fight that would have taken place. The man wouldn't have been standing there with his hands behind his back saying, uh-oh. He would have been like, yeah, you gonna come up here and say something to me? But nonetheless, we're not trying to condone violence. And let me just go ahead and put that as a disclaimer in the show, not condoning any type of violence on this show, because I'm going to talk about a Bible verse that goes the opposite direction. All right, hang with me for just a second here. So discernment was out the window on both sides of the equation there. The people who are, I don't know, security, navigating this, managing this. I'm not sure what you were doing in this situation. See a grown man go up on stage to assault another man. Now that's the part of it that kind of had me thinking conspiracy theory, because if I'm there at the Oscars and I start trying to go up on stage, I ain't getting up there. I am getting shut down in about 3 steps. But here we go. And then the elephant in the room. I'm going to deal with the elephant in the room, which is the relationship, a house that is not in order. And man, I'll do this today. Okay, I'll do it. I'll take the hit for it. You guys can criticize me later. The song is called All in My Head, and I know, poorly timed, but I think it's probably the appropriate song for this occasion. All right, All in My Head. Here we go.
They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. How could I love someone I've never seen? They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. How could I love you with every part of me? They say there's nothing special when I take a stand, 'cause they don't seem to understand what I am is who I am. Real life is more than virtual reality. Some believe and never see. What they say is not stopping me. Yeah. They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. How could I love a God that I've never seen? They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. How could I love you with every part of me? I know that I am not the only one who sees the stars and feels the sun and knows just how it all was done. You know, we can't take back our yesterday, the things we do and words we say, pave the path and lead the way. They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. How could I love a God that I've never seen? They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. How could I love you with every part of me? Cause if it's all in my head, then I'm just lost in my sin. I'm lost within, I'm lost and need a friend. Cause if it's all in my head, then I'm just singing these songs, words, verbs, time to move on. Cause if it's all in my head, then I'm just trapped in a maze. I'm lost in this life, I'm lost in living days. Cause if it's all in my head, it's all in my head. They say it's all in my head, it's all in my mind. Yeah, how could I love a God I've never seen? They say it's all in my
All right, so we're back here. Let me quickly share a Bible verse, and then we're going to be out for the day. We can't be keeping people all day long. Here's the deal. I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. Proverbs 29:11. Here's where I think we can go with this, that it's going to be in any way redemptive. I heard that Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington kind of came to Will Smith and had a private-ish moment with him in the hallway and kind of talked through some things, and that seemed to be a positive sort of gospel application moment in the whole situation that was extremely uncomfortable. But I will say this. Proverbs 29:11 says a fool gives full vent to his spirit. Some verses say rage, some translations say anger, but a wise man quietly holds it back. That's the ESV translation of the scriptures. And look, there are times when all of us will be, if you've not already been, will be provoked by the things that go on around us. It is the better part of wisdom, and at least the wisdom of the Proverbs, to be able to absorb those things and to find a constructive way to respond to those things. You know, the joke was inappropriate. At one point, maybe Will thought that in the typical flow of comedy, this was maybe okay. Maybe they had talked about it before. That's sometimes common practice standard. Hey, I'm going to make a joke. I'll, look around the room and I may single you out for a few minutes. I don't know how that conversation went down in beforehand or kind of what the response of that was, but there definitely was a different way to handle that situation. And addressing the elephant that's in the room. Obviously, Will and Jada have come out very publicly about the nature of their marriage and some of the things, indiscretions that obviously a Christian would call out. And when they had that interview, I hesitated even wanting to make a comment on that because I felt like that's just piling on to people who, for sport. Never want to do that. In fact, before I jump off here, I do want to pray for everybody that's involved here. I think that's the appropriate response. But just needless to say, a different way that we could have handled this situation, a different result. And what's so ironic about this is the biblical way would have, to many people, been the boring way. Nobody would be talking about it today if he had just quietly gone, taken him aside after the show, or had his people reach out to his people, and then all three of them get together, because obviously Jada was in this as well, deeply offended and deeply wounded by those comments. You got Chris Rock here. You've also got Will Smith that's here, maybe others that were a part of this as well, who can just kind of all come together and see adults being adults and at least respond the way that they needed to appropriately, instead of giving full vent to their anger. I don't know if Will Smith is going to be charged with assault. I don't think that Chris Rock necessarily has to in the state of California press charges. That was a pretty public scenario there. And so there's obviously going to be more about that. Hopefully we can see this move towards some type of biblical reconciliation, but I quite honestly don't know from the comments that are there where Will Smith stands in the light of eternity, nor do I know where Chris Rock stands. And so that'll be an important development that we get a chance to see take place. Are they going to just be bitter enemies toward one another, Jada included, or is this going to be something that actually brings them together in a way that, brings some type of redemptive scope out of this? I would hasten to say that only those who have been forgiven can forgive much, and only those who have been forgiven the ultimate penalty, which is our offense against God, can understand the gravity of the situation and the necessity of taking it to the Lord and then bringing it before Will Smith and or Jada and or Chris Rock, and reconciling those things before Almighty God. So that's the note that I wanted to give you today. The one will stay too long on this subject. So we're about to get out of here, but I wanted to just say something really quickly about an opportunity that is fleeting. All right. The Create Writers Retreat. There's now only 8 slots that are available. Time is running out for you guys to go ahead and register for this event. What is it? It's a writing and artist development event that we're going to be taking place here in Nashville, Tennessee, home capital of the Erskin Music Show. And we're going to be doing some artist development along with songwriting. Now, normally this is just a songwriting retreat, and we talk about those aspects of songwriting that are, most pertinent to the people who are there. But this is a very boutique event. There's 10 slots that we're starting out with. 2 of them are already gone. We've got a little bit of time, but as soon as those slots are taken up, I can't do anything else. I can't help you. I'm trying to help you now. So you're asking yourself, how do I get helped on this? I'm going to give you the information so that you can get signed up on this. It is a writer's retreat for $500. $500. And you're going, whoa, wait, $500? Yeah, it's over $2,000 worth of value. You're going to room and board, Nashville, Writers Conference, Artist Development, and on the last day, we're going to be going to a recording studio and recording some of the things that we create. Get it? Create. That's what the conference is called. That we create during this weekend. And so it's going to be jam-packed, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to help any artist that's out there, even probably entrepreneur that wants to advance the cause of what it is they're trying to do. And so this is my 5th year doing this. Every year it has gotten better, and this looks to be the greatest year so far. So that's there. It's the Erskin Music Show. Thank you, guys. We cracked 800 subscribers finally. Actually, unbeknownst to me, we're at 805, and I didn't even know that we got to 800. So I've been sleeping, man. Anyway, Erskin Music Show. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned.